Alright, quick update on the Deere 2030 project. It's April 3rd, 2015. Just got the head back from the machine shop. Went and picked it up today. It's in that plastic bag because, as you can see, it is soggy, soppy rain. So we've gotten like almost 4 inches of rain just since probably midnight last night. Anyhow, got the head back there. We'll take a look at it here in a second. They shaved the 8 thousandths off, did a valve replacement, and blasted it, cleaned it, all that good stuff. So no cracks, so we're good there. Currently though, I am pulling sleeves. I've got 2 out of 4 out. We'll walk over here and show you how I managed to do that, because I was having major trouble. Here, we'll go around this side here, trying to knock those blocks out from the underneath. Just wasn't working, so I had a friend of mine make me a puller. Extremely heavy duty, 3/4 all threaded rod, and it's got a puck that goes down in the bottom there that we, I guess you could say, redneck machined. Anyway, it worked. It's working. And that's what I'm cranking the sleeves out with, that right there. Once I get them started and they're out about an inch, inch and a half, they come out really easy. There's just, scale and rust and things a little bit built up in there. So we got 2. I'm getting ready to start on the 3rd one here out of the 4. And we're going to go back over here and look at these sleeves. And I want to point something out. The whole point of my problem, this engine has never been, no one's ever been in it before. It's only got around 2,200 hours on it. I've put about 300 of those on it myself since I've owned it. There's virtually no ridge at the top of this cylinder. There is a color difference because the rings have only, of course, gone up to that point, but there's no ridge. When I pushed the pistons out of these sleeves when they were still in the block, they came out with 0 resistance. They just popped right out. There's virtually no wear on these cylinders. The bearings are standard. They're the factory bearings. I took them to the John Deere dealership and they ran the numbers on them, and they are the original bearings, which I think I showed in another clip that I'm going to piece together. Not a lot of wear on the bearings. There was some, but it was not bad at all. But the problem we have, and this is the number 1 sleeve here, which is where I was getting water in the oil, and that pinhole that I tried to show on an earlier clip. There it is. It's that little rust run right there. And I'm going to turn that around and show you. It was some bad pitting right here where that first O-ring goes. It was one of those 3 holes. Looks like someone shot through it right there. Of course, you can see there's a lot of it, a lot of little pits on it, and that's called cavitation. The rust will the water, if you do not run a coolant conditioner like I mentioned in your coolant, these wet sleeved engines, John Deere or otherwise, but especially this 30 series, they will rust. And the vibration and the heat of the cylinder working and expanding and this getting hot will knock out those rusts. And it'll self-clean, but in the process, you're removing a little bit of material at a time. And eventually, they will pinhole through and you'll start burning water. I didn't see that happening because in this particular instance, the pinhole that occurred in this cylinder liner occurred beneath the stroke of the cylinder, so I never actually burned any water. I didn't see the white smoke or smell the antifreeze in the exhaust or anything like that. I just pulled the dipstick out and had water in it. And I know right when it happened last fall, and I parked it immediately, did not work it, drained everything, and started this rebuild right away so that I wouldn't create further damage. But anyhow, this is why. You can easily see all that pitting, and that's the number 2. And I expect the other 2 will be exactly the same way. So I'm gonna blow this out, and then I'm gonna, like I said, prime it. And whenever all the paint's cured, I'm gonna take a rag with some oil and wipe all this down just to protect against rust. Because it's gonna be a few more days till my parts come in, and I can start reassembling the tractor, the engine. I mean, so that's where I'm at right now. We're gonna clean it off, blow it all out, and get it primed and then painted. Stay tuned. It's April, day before Easter, Saturday afternoon. Just wrapping up a few projects here. here at the house. Gorgeous weather we're having today. Absolutely gorgeous. But the reason I'm shooting this video is because I've got my head painted. Alright, April 10th, 2015. UPS just dropped off my rebuild kit for the Deere 2030. We're going to continue with that now. Just kind of opened it up here. Got the new sleeve and piston assembly. There's my bearings. Went in and put a new radiator cap on it, a new neck for the thermostat hose, or where the hose goes through the thermostat. It's like a thermostat housing. Went ahead and got another one of those because there was a little bit of corrosion right here around that hose clamp, and it just needed replacing. We got upper valve gasket, or the upper gasket set. Got the oil pan gasket there, and they only sent me one replacement injector. I'm replacing all the fuel injectors on this thing. They only put one in there, so I have to call them. They're going to be closed over the weekend. I'm going to have to call them Thursday, or Monday I mean, and get my other 3 injectors. So this thing will not be running before the weekend. But anyhow, I've got quite a bit to do here. Okay, April 11th, 2015. Got the new pistons and new rings installed. It's also got new wrist pins installed on the connecting rod. Of course, we're going to reuse the connecting rods because they're all perfect. And there are radiator hoses and a few other things that I'm going to replace. Cleaning out the journals, I'm just using 22 caliber bore. Here's the deck, and you can see through there, of course, the crankshaft. And it's all polished and just lovely. I mean, there isn't a mark or a score or anything on it. So, radiator is off since the last clip. I took the radiator off. It is getting hot tanked as we speak. So we're just going to get all the passageways and everything cleaned out so that we can get really good coolant. Belt here is in really good shape. This is the original alternator on it. I'm pretty sure all the aftermarket alternators were black, but the original factory ones were this color, just cast aluminum like this. So pretty sure that's the original alternator there. It's working fine. So yeah, give you a better look at what's going on here. And I'm going to go ahead and start like I mentioned before, with number 4 and work my way forward here. And today I hope to have all the sleeves installed, the 3 pistons here that can be installed, all 4 piston connecting rod bearings plastic gauged, confirm that the oil clearance is correct, and then I want to... Alright, I've got 3 out of the 4 sleeves installed in the block. The O-rings and everything, they're perfectly installed the way they're going to be during the final assembly. I've already got the number 4 piston in there. I just pushed it in, and I'm getting ready to plastic gauge the bearing, but I just wanted to give a little update here. Like I said earlier, I'm missing the O-rings for this cylinder here, so I will do a dry fit of the sleeve, and I will push the piston down in there and go ahead and plastic gauge, check my oil clearance on that bearing there, but I won't be able to have it fully installed until I get the O-ring. Just wanted to give an update here. Alright, April 10th, continuing on here. This is all I can do today with that missing set of O-rings. I'm at a standstill. But let me just kind of show you guys what I do have done. I have got the 3-cylinder liners that I can, the sleeves that I could put in. I have them installed. I have the 3 pistons installed and torqued down. All right, here we are. Finally, it took about a week to get the missing O-ring in from when I reported it. So if you're ever in a hurry, don't order anything from yesterday's tractor, because they are in no hurry. But anyhow, I got my O-ring for the number 1 cylinder here where I left off with the last clip. Got that O-ring in yesterday. Came out here this morning, started on it. Anyhow, started on it, went ahead and installed that sleeve, piston, set the head gasket on there, and got the headset on there, and all the bolts are torqued down to 110 pounds. I did it in 3 sequences: 65, 85, and then 110. So anyhow, I just put the push rods in. I'm still going to take them out and put assembly lube on both ends, but I wiped them all clean and set them in their places first. So that's where we are. Just wanted to do a quick video update here. I don't know how much you'll be able to see, but got everything buttoned up real good. Everything torqued down. Got the gasket surface for the oil pan all scraped and clean and ready to go.